Hi, I'm Oguz Pastirmaci. I work for Microsoft as a technical evangelist, and I'll try to share my how I felt when I was moving from a regular sysadmin role to a DevOps role. And friendly advice: don't take your full name as your Twitter handle, or people would have some trouble finding you on Twitter. Anyways, so let me give you some background information about my professional career. I started as a network engineer, not an engineer, network help desk, and then moved to a systems engineering role. And these were in ISP, in a corporate ISP, super boring role. Then I moved to a systems engineering role in a software development company. This is where my DevOps story started without me knowing it started. And after that, I started working for Microsoft. So this first company I started working for, there were like 100 employees. Majority of these were developers and sales guys and me. The on-call rotation was easy because we weren't really rotating anything. It was just me, me, me. But the problem was I didn't know anything about development. And this guy on the left was visiting BBC News TV station for a job interview. The receptionist made a mistake, and he found himself in a live TV interview. And as you can imagine, his answers was like, yes, yeah, I agree, yeah, you're right. I was just like him. So I was feeling like I need to do something if I want to communicate with these guys. So I started learning their lingo. So when they tell me, hey, Oz, what do you think about our Spring? I was like, oh, Spring or Sprint, or what are you talking about? I don't know, I have no idea. And then I realized I needed to get involved in early stages. Otherwise, this guy just like, hey, we need 200 VMs with 2 gigabytes of RAM each. Oh, whoa, 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 I didn't know this was coming my way. And so I started joining their daily stand-ups. It was very funny for me in the beginning because, 5 minutes, the Scrum Meetings, some guy in the right listening to what's happening, the South Park silence in his eyes, like he's just looking, trying to figure out things. But I realized we are all human beings, even the developers, because I'm not trying to be offensive. So they have the same problems as the operations guys. They just want to keep the application running. Then I moved to Microsoft, but I was focusing on an infrastructure role, virtualizations, VMs, storage, network, blah, 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 blah. But again, every company was a software development company. Everybody was caring about their application. And all the customers I worked with, similar problems. I mean, the idea was our app in production is having problems. Whether it's because of VMs or something else, it's about the app. Then I moved to a different role inside Microsoft, which was focusing on DevOps this time. And the first question is, of course, what is DevOps? And I was like, I still don't like to answer these questions because I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if you know it. It's just like this elephant story. I mean, depending on which part of the elephant you're holding, you're saying, oh, this is the tail, this is the collaboration, this is the automation, this is where we buy some licenses, we buy DevOps in a box. Don't do that. I realized the main thing was people. And it was scary for me because as an operations person, I'm an introvert by default. So communicating with people, talking to these developers were hard. And most of the time, especially when I was talking to business guys, they were washing me with the great ideas like, hey, we were going to do this DevOps thing because my friend blah, blah is doing the DevOps thing. This is not going to work. Process is also very important. You can't say, okay, I want to do my DevOps, you do your DevOps, and I don't care if you're doing the same thing at all. No, you should be doing the same thing because there should be a process in place. And tools are not important. And this is coming from a person who works for Microsoft. You can choose any tool you like. There are a plethora of tools. More or less, every tool is doing the same thing, so it's not a very critical thing to decide at the beginning. Funny thing, it's called DevOps, but it's not just Dev and Ops. There are other people working in your company. For example, the security guys. If you're not involving them into your conversations, they feel like this. They're cleaning your, again, great ideas. You have great ideas. We all have great ideas in development and operations, but they struggle if you don't involve them in early stages as well. So security guys are also important, and they're also human beings too, just as a note. This one other scary part for me was it's continuous. So it's not like, okay, here's the project, it's finished, I'm done. you cannot tell this. There's always something waiting for you there to get optimized. So it's continuous, it's scary. Thank you so much.